My next guest played Cher's 23-year-old lover, Rob Cameletti, in the Cher Show on Broadway alongside two of my buddies, or three of my buddies, really, Dee Racioli, Teal Wicks, and Michaela Diamond. Additionally, he also played Bach in one of my favorite shows of all time, Wicked. Say hello to Michael Campayno.
Hi, what's up?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Oh man, just living the dream. I actually am kind of living the dream. Quarantine, I feel like I've been more focused and just more at work in quarantine. I think it was because the stakes kind of rose. I was like, I really got to do stuff with my time. So I've been good. I've been good. You been good?
Yeah, trying to stay busy between school, podcasting, and working at my college radio station. I've been living on my laptop.
Oh my gosh. So the Zoom fatigue is real.
Mm-hmm.
I see it with my students. I'm like, are you good? But then I forget, like, we're just always in our bedroom. I'm literally in my bedroom right now. It's crazy.
Same. Same, 100%. This is my only quiet spot. I have 3 dogs, so this is like the only quiet spot I can get.
Oh my gosh. Please tell me their names.
Nico, Quincy, and Alfie.
Oh, so sweet.
Yes. One's old, and then one's like in the middle, and then the other one's a baby, so.
Well, I'm sure dogs really won this whole quarantine. Dogs win this whole pandemic in quarantine. They figured it out. They won.
Yes. Oh yeah. So my first question, I have some questions a little bit about the Cher Show, and then I have some questions about what you like to do over the holidays.
Cool. I love that.
So did you have any idea who the hell Rob Cameletti was before your audition? Or were you like, or did your agent say to you, you're going to go for Rob Cameletti? You're like, who the hell is this Rob Cameletti guy?
You know what? His claim to fame, as you probably know, is Bagel Boy. They called him the Bagel Boy because he worked in a bakery. And my agent and my manager, as I was going through the audition process, I was actually in Wicked at that time. And they were like, yeah, it's Bagel Boy. And I was like, totally, because it seemed like a pop icon or something that I should know. And I did not know who he was, which I think worked out in my favor because what happened with him was the paparazzi got all over him and they kind of just kept creating these like little isms that demeaned him. Mm-hmm. And so I really got to come at him and start to study him as a real person, right? Not as a cliche, which is what we always want to stay away from. And I really got to just figure out who he was in Cher's life and why he was even in the show. I was like, why did they put this guy in the show? There's so many other people. I mean, she dated so many famous people. I was like, why did I put like Tom Cruise? But I personally did not know the man, but character research is one of my favorite things to do. And I was so intimidated because I thought I was going to have to walk and talk a really specific way, almost like the Cher-isms, which are so specific. But I definitely had an easier job than they did.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, but I didn't. But actually, he's a lot like me now that I think about it. Yeah. He's just super passionate. He goes after what he wants. He's a lot like Fierro kind of too. Yeah. It was crazy. No, but I didn't know like the sweet man that he is. But he's still alive. He's a pilot. So if he listens to this, we love you, Rob.
We love you, Rob Cameletti, wherever. What did you know about any of your Cher Show castmates prior to working with them?
Oh, that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. I always take time to really fangirl about my whole cast of Cher Show because I was the fangirl, I feel like, of the show. I knew some people, but not really well. And I was just mostly really inspired by them. Like Jared Spector was one of my favorite actors growing up. Not growing up, he's gonna be pissed. He's gonna be like, what did you just say? And now he's become a friend of mine. Teal Wicks, especially Stephanie J. Block. When I found out Stephanie J. Block was gonna be opposite me, I really fangirled and I freaked out. I freaked out.
I've never met her, but I feel like the day that if and when I do meet her, I will fangirl like a crazy person.
You will, because she's exactly like she is on social media. She's so kind. She's so generous. She always is so selfless. So I freaked and I knew it was a big deal, and I knew it was going to be a really watched show. And I never originated anything before this show, so it felt really great. The work that I've done throughout my career felt really great, and it felt like I was glad I finally was on that level. I was like, yes, I'm with these actors who've been really recognized, and it was just so inspiring. You know, it was so inspiring. That cast was insane. Michael Buress,
Oh,
God, I love them all.
I met him at the stage door.
That is one of my good friends. He is the nicest person. Exactly. Yeah, exactly as they present themselves on social media. You know, people talk about social media all the time and like it's not real life, but those people really are so selfless, so generous. Yeah. So I didn't. I'm trying to think of somebody that specifically knew. No, not many. Not many.
Like Michaela is Michaela that you see on social media. Dee is exactly who you see.
Yeah.
The selfless, caring.
Oh my God, I know.
Putting everyone else before herself kind of person.
Yeah, I'm so proud of the platform that they're using and how they're using it. A lot of people in the Broadway community, they're really changing people's lives and people's perceptions. Everybody in the Broadway community has been really stepped up, which has been really inspiring to see.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And Kara, when I told Kara that I was talking to you next, she literally had like her phone in one hand and her laptop in the other. I was like, I'm talking to Michael next. She's like, shut up. That's
man
what Kara Lindsay just said.
That girl. Yeah. I just have been so fortunate to work with really kind people who really care about the work. And yeah, I tell everybody this story, but it's challenging being in a long running show, right? You're constantly challenging your process and you're constantly challenged to keep it fresh and find new things.
Yeah.
And Kara we would do the little like Pierre Glinda dance in Wicked and together, and she would just talk, and I would always just like tell her like about my challenges or anything, and she would always calm me down and just be like, it's bigger than us, you know, it's bigger than us. We're telling this for as a story for the audience. And yeah, she's a real light. Yeah, I've got to work with a lot of powerhouse women. Her, Denny DeNoia, Stephanie J. Block, Dee, Michaela Teal. Yeah, it's just like I'm glad playing like their counterpart.
Yeah. What is the best part about playing a real person? Or what was the best part about playing a real person that actually is like living, breathing on this earth today?
Yeah, that's a really good question too. Geez, you're just full of good questions, huh?
I try.
You try well. It was so gratifying and challenging because every time you stepped on stage, even an opening night, and Rob never came, but there was a girl who messaged me and she was like, I know Rob. I showed him like your Instagram and all your stuff that you're talking about. It's so sensitive and you feel the importance of the story that you're telling because it actually happened in people's lives. So you want to do it with as much respect and celebration as possible. Yeah. I think that was the most challenging thing for me. I was just like, oh man, I'm making choices because I'm connecting to this and this is me. So how do I like get to him? And I like naturalism. Theater isn't naturalistic in any sense because there's high stakes and conflict, it's drama. Yeah. But I enjoyed diving into a person who was really real and grounded and grew up like right, by New York City. And it just made it more real for me, more accessible for me, as opposed to these like really crazy circumstances that we usually have to dive into.
Oh yeah. And what was it like talking to an icon that is Cher? Like meeting Cher, like was she cool? Was she like not what you thought? Was she down to earth? Like was she?
I was surprised how shy she was, and they said that a lot in the show, but she was actually like pretty reserved until she feels comfortable with you, and then she gets in your face. And I remember one of the previews, she came up to my dressing room to have a talk with me at intermission. She was just like, I'm coming to talk to you about Rob. And I was like, let's do it. Come talk to me, Rob. So she like came in my dressing room. It was just her and I was just like freaking. But she just gave me such great positive feedback. She gave me a lot of great things to think about. You could tell how important it was for her. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
She's funny, man. She's been famous for her whole life. Like every time she would come on these like jewel decked out shirts and like glasses, it's just her lifestyle.
Inside in the big hat.
She is so iconic. She's iconic, man. Yeah, huge hats all the time. and it was crazy because I felt like as she was talking to us, she was remembering these people in her lives. So the first time she came to see it in Chicago, she called us by the characters' names, and we hugged her. And I was like, I feel like I'm hugging her for Rob. It was really crazy.
Yeah, that's what Dee said. Dee said when she first walked in, she was like, there's Cher. You definitely know it's Cher.
Oh my gosh, 100%. They had to sneak her everywhere. But yeah, the audience went wild. She would just like walk down the aisle and the audience would freak out and go crazy. But I can't imagine what it's like being the girls meeting her. That's such a challenge, right? Playing a person who's like standing right there.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Her, I'm sure Polly. Have you met Polly too?
Yeah, I think she was there on Broadway. Yeah, she was there.
Yeah, I think she came with Chaz's girlfriend.
Polly, yes. She was definitely there. I don't remember when. That was a cool thing too about being part of that show. We met Hillary Clinton. We met Whoopi Goldberg. Like huge, just iconic. It's just the icons kept coming.
Yeah. The week I went, and I told Michaela this for the first time a few months ago, and she thought this was hilarious. I was there the week they did that Inside Edition special on her. I was there that day they filmed her. So they have me in the background getting my playbill signed by Michaela in the Inside Edition special.
Yes, you made it.
And that was like a sort of I made it in the Cher Show family moment. And then the next day, Lynn came, and the day after was Hillary Clinton, and I'm like, damn it, I missed Lynn and Hillary Clinton.
Oh man, you'll get them. You're famous now. You have this Inside Edition.
Yeah, you can see my back on Inside Edition now.
That's a claim to fame. You need to put that on the resume.
Oh yeah, I'll have to put like arrows on my like, sorry, Mick. What do you miss about working on the Cher Show?
I miss definitely the joy it gave people. It really inspired people, and it just theater really is about social change. It's the comments on the current climate of things to change people's minds, and the amount of strength that those women showed every single day. You see it more in theater now, but it was just a powerhouse. And I just think it's so needed. Like shows like that. I was shocked when it was closing, but I think shows like that, and to really just express what those women can do and how strong they were, and I miss that message being portrayed every day, because I was even influenced and inspired by it. But I miss being creative. I miss sharing it with people. I'm still being really creative. I'm still sharing it with people. Like I created my own acting company, and I feel great about that. But I miss sharing it in a bigger sense, for sure.
Yeah.
New York is missing a little bit of that Broadway magic, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
As I told Teal and Dee, there's actually 5 Chers: Babe, Lady Star, Dee, and Vivi.
Yo, Vivi's gonna be a bigger icon than Cher.
Vivi is an icon.
She already is an icon. Who are we kidding?
Everyone that I've talked to from the Cher Show, I've taken like 5 minutes of the interview just to talk about Vivi, because that child is just.
She's so sweet, and she was so part of it. Like Stephanie was so sweet and would look out and wave to her, even in like tech and on performances, and Seb would be there holding her, and she was just in awe, and just no censor, just like full emoting. That girl, she's so sweet.
And those videos that Steph puts on Instagram, they like warm my heart.
The sweetest, just like the sweetest. Sebastian is the sweetest man, just like a sweet, good family.
Yeah, I've yet to meet any of them, but when I do, it'll definitely be it'll definitely be me fangirling and then ask a whole bunch of Vivi questions. I'm being like,
you should just get all 3 of them on the podcast.
I want to. It'd be like, she'd be like, oh, can Vivi say hi? I'm like, yes, please.
You're like, Vivi has a whole 30 minutes to talk.
I'm sure she could tell a whole story. That child.
I'm sure.
What? So the holidays are just around the corner, and I would look. And what are the holidays normally like for you?
Hmm. Well, I'm the youngest of six kids, so always family packs, a lot of food, a lot of people. Um, Anytime there's a holiday or a birthday or anything, my whole mom's side gets together, and that's like 50 people by itself. So it's just like a lot of this,
Yeah.
uh, which will be challenging this year for sure. I think we're just going to keep it immediate, and uh, it is really special though. The holidays always were super special. There was a really strong sentiment around it. There's a lot of thankfulness and gratitude. Um, we get more into Halloween though than we do Christmas. We all love Halloween. We go like crazy over
That's
Halloween.
what
But
Diana DeGarmo told me. She was like, I
no
love
way.
Halloween.
We obsess over Halloween. We scare people when they come to. It's crazy. It's so fun.
That's
um,
amazing.
yeah, it is. It is. But I think most of my brothers and sisters are actually gonna have to stay in separate places this year. And my one brother's in Texas. My other brother's still in New York. I'm in Pittsburgh right now with my family. And that's the hard thing. I mean, there's six of us, so growing up, we were like the glue. And the challenge is now it's just accepting the change of it all. It's kind of sad, but we still have each other, and the holidays always remind us that, and
Yeah.
we try to reach out and be thankful as much as possible. But I'm excited. I mean, I'm excited for the holidays.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
better
I know it's
be.
gonna be really different this year, but I have TV specials to watch.
Yes.
That's how I'm gonna keep busy, is I'm gonna watch probably every Disney movie on Disney Plus that has to do with winter or Christmas, or probably watch Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas about 100 times, and
Oh yes.
Nightmare Before Christmas, and
What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, Mickey's
Nice.
on Christmas.
Nice.
My senior year of high school, I told my teacher wanted to put on a Christmas movie. I said, I have an idea. Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. She's like, no, we're watching the movie with Kurt Russell. I'm like, no, I want to watch Mickey Mouse. She said, only you would want to watch Mickey Mouse at 7 o'clock in the morning in high school. I said, well, it makes me happy. It's Mickey.
Yeah, you say, how dare you? Yes, I do.
It's
That's
Mickey
amazing.
Mouse. So I put my AirPods in and I turned Mickey Mouse on. And I watched on a Christmas while everyone else watched the Kurt Russell, that new Kurt Russell from a few years ago. It was like that one Kurt Russell movie on Netflix.
I didn't even know that one. Yeah, that's crazy. My nieces and nephews are obviously all around me. So we watch a lot of Mickey. I just saw Frozen 2 for the first time. Cried my eyes out.
I know.
They just get it. Disney just gets it. Yeah.
Oh my God. When that certain part, I'm not going to spoil it for the viewers, but when someone gets a little distinguished, I should say, sobbing.
Yes. Oh my God. And the music was like even better than the first. I was like, how did they do that? Sequels are never
some
as
things
good.
never change. Some things never change.
Some things never change. Yeah.
Favorite song from the whole film.
Ooh, yeah, I love it. I love that. I love Lost in the Woods, the like 80s boy band.
Yeah, the 80s boy, that was the best.
It was brilliant.
I took my best friend to see it for her 18th birthday last year, and when I looked at her and when the thing happened, we both yelled in the movie theater, "No!"
I know, they just know how to pull your heartstrings. Even in the first one, like when they do you want to build a snowman? I'm like, yes, I'll build a snowman with you.
Yes.
So sad. They just get it.
I asked Ryan Redmond what she thought of that part, and she said, sad. She's like, she felt like a part of her, something happened to a part of her.
It's true. It's true.
And Frozen, I saw it on Broadway too. It was great.
Yeah, I'm shocked that it closed. I'm
no reason.
shocked.
Should not have closed.
No, I agree.
Yeah, they should not have closed at all. What is it like opening? Because the Cher Show opened over like the holiday season. It opened in December. So what's it like opening a Broadway show like in the holiday season? Because I hear New York during like Christmas time is like beyond magical.
Was that last year? Did we open last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Wow, that's what happens. See, I'm so sorry. Repeat the question. I just went into like, do I know what day it is?
What's it like opening a Broadway show during the holiday season?
Oh my gosh, have you been to New York during Christmas?
No, because my dad always says it's too cold. We'll go in the spring.
is very cold, but it's so magical. Everything you see on movies and Christmas movies and everything is actually what New York is like. It's so crazy. Rockefeller Center. I saw the Rockettes for the first time. The Christmas spirit will never die there. It will only live on. It's just so cozy. And then it gets crazy after Christmas. Then it's like too much cold, too much wind. But yeah, they really do it up. I went down Fifth Avenue for the first time 2 years ago, and I saw the Rockettes and everything, and all of the retail stores have huge lights, like huge, humongous lights. Yeah, it's really special, and being in a show is really special too. The cast do a lot of things like Secret Santas and stuff, and we all just make it feel really, really special together. I did do Wicked on Christmas Day. I remember that. That was kind of crazy. But yeah, you just become a part of it. Like,
yeah,
it was fun to share the show that night with people and give it as a gift. And it's magical, man. It really is like Home Alone.
Yeah, I want to, like, the closest to me going to New York over Christmas is watching like TV specials. So like the mace, like the tree lighting, or like the Saks thing that they do every year, that unveiling of like the winter like the decorations they do. Like they did Frozen last year, and Idina Menzel performed.
Yeah.
A few years ago they did the 80th anniversary of Snow White, and they had this whole thing.
They do a good job of portraying it in movies. It feels really magical like that. Like, it really does.
I didn't believe
it is like you're in a movie.
I didn't believe that being in New York was going to feel like a movie until I went.
How many times have you been?
Twice.
Nice. That's great.
Yes.
Right? What part of it made it feel like a movie?
Times Square.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Standing on the red like stairs in the middle of Times Square by the TKTS booth.
Yes. Can you believe, like, it's beyond anything. It's so electric. I miss it. I haven't been there in like 2 months, but I'm going back next week. So I'm excited to see what it's like.
And seeing the ball. When I saw the ball for the first time, the New Year's Eve
ball for the first
time, that was beyond. I was like, that's the ball.
I know. Yeah, it's crazy. I remember my first time in New York. We went on like a high school trip, and I was driving through Midtown, and I was just seeing all the marquees for the first time, and it was just a very visceral reaction. I felt everything I wanted to feel. It's a really magical city. It really is.
Oh, of course it is. So describe your 2020 in one word, and what you hope your 2021 will be in one word.
How dare you? No, I'm kidding. I think that's a great question. Describe my 2020 in one word. I would definitely say unexpected. It sounds cliche, but there's a lot of negative things that were really unexpected, but then a lot of positive things that were really unexpected too. I'm a big proponent of change. I'm not good at it. I'm really anxious, but I know it's a constant thing. That's the only thing that's really constant is change. So I try to embrace it and find my relationship to it. And yeah, like in the beginning, I was just in New York. It was crazy. It was a mess. I was doing a TV show, and then we just like shut down all of a sudden, and my whole life just went away. And at first, it was okay. I was like, yeah, we'll just take a week off because that's what Trump is saying, and like we'll take a week off and like chill. And then the seriousness of it actually really set in, and it got really scary. And then I kept challenging myself on like how I can stay creative and what this meant for me, because it really felt like my career was done. So I started my own acting company, and I tried to stay as active and as creative as possible. And actually, I learned a lot about myself, which was really great. I thought it was I kind of loved it. I don't love what's happening. I don't condone it or anything like that. I just think it's just what my path was. I just had to like work it out, or else I have to stay creative, or else I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, it was finding simple joys again, which is really hard. 2021. What do I hope it's going to be a word for it? This is a good question. Jeez. I hope 2021 is going to be geez, back to normal. Can that be it?
What?
Like, just back to normal. I just miss some things that I'm sure everybody misses. And
Yeah, I miss Broadway.
what do you miss?
Broadway.
Oh, they said broccoli, and I was like, yeah, I miss broccoli too.
Broadway. I miss Broadway so much.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's just something that can't be replaced.
No, not at all. Yeah. So this was Michael Campayno,
Yeah.
the OG Rob Cameletti from the Cher Show.
Oh man. Yeah.